Welcome to Feng Shui Living, the podcast designed for busy women who want to de-stress, live with intention, and create a home that truly supports their well-being. Each week, I'll bring you practical tips, insightful ideas, and simple strategies to enhance both your home and your life. Let's get started. Well, hello, and welcome to Feng Shui Living podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Morton. If you've been here for a while, thanks so much. I would love if you take 2 minutes out of your day, not even 2 minutes, like maybe 30 seconds, and pop over to Apple and give the podcast a great review. That would mean so much to me and help other people find the podcast. And if you're new, I'm so happy you're here. I am Lisa Morton. I am a holistic interior designer, a master teacher of Feng Shui. I've authored the book Aligned at Home. And I also created the intuitive home method. And I'm so happy you're here. This time of year always brings a particular kind of energy into the home. Maybe you've got kids getting, ready and packed up for a school year with backpacks and lunch bags and morning chaos returning. Or maybe this is a year you're packing up and getting ready to drop off a kid at college, or, this might be a time that they're leaving and your house is just about ready to feel quite different. I know I have a lot of friends who their kids are heading off to college this year for the first time, and man, their homes are going to feel different. So I created 5 quick and easy tips to feng shui your home for back to school and off to college this season. So tip number 1 is to refresh your launch pad, or whatever you want to call it. The mudroom, the drop zone, the spot by the door where everything piles. This is the space where the family launches from every single morning. And it sets the tone before anyone gets in the car or heads out to get on the bus. So I'd suggest clear out last year's forgotten shoes, the old book bags, expired permission slips, or anything that you don't need going into this year. Maybe add a basket or a hook per person so that everyone has a landing spot and there's just a little less friction. And if it's just you now, your kiddos are off to college, maybe simplify this space down to what you actually need. It doesn't have to stay set up for the whole crowd. Tip number 2, create or refresh a focused study zone. For kids still under your roof, I encourage you to set up a designated study space. This isn't not just a spot on the couch or a place at the kitchen table night after night. I encourage you to set up your student in the command position, just like I suggest you to do for your home office or your office that you go to. I want them to be able to see the door, not have their back to the door. And then keep most of the surface pretty clear, except for those tools that they might need right at hand. And if you're setting up a dorm room together, it can really become a fun kind of grounding ritual. Picking 1 or 2 intentional items for their new desk together. It's not just about filling space. It's about being intentional about what's on that space right there where they're studying and focusing and learning and growing. All right, tip 1 was refresh the launch pad. 2 was create that focused study zone. Tip 3 is tend to the room they're leaving behind. If this is the year that a bedroom empties out, please know that there is no rush to decide what that room becomes. You don't have to instantly turn it into a guest room or a workout space unless you're just really wanting to do that. I encourage you, though, to let the room breathe. Open the door, open the window regularly. Don't just seal it up and let the room become stagnant. That's something I see so often when I go into homes. The blinds are closed, the door is closed, and it's never entered. And that entire area of the home goes stagnant and stuck, and then affects everything else. You can also wash the linens regularly. tidy up, right? Let it still stay recognizable as theirs for now if you choose. Or you can also be ready and even with a small addition of, say, a plant or some flowers or a fresh coat of paint, in a new fun color, this signals to the room that it's still alive and part of the home, not just frozen in time. All right, on to tip 4, ease that morning rush. How can you ease that morning rush? Well, here's a tip. Check the lighting by the door, by that landing place where everybody stores their book bags and tries to get their shoes on. A home that's dimly lit and you're fumbling around in the morning when you're already a little scattered, it just sets the tone for the whole day. So check the lighting and make sure it's bright enough that you can see whose shoes belong to who. And then keep the entry floor clear so that nobody's stepping over somebody's shoes or tripping on a backpack or a pencil case or anything. A small ritual can also be a nice addition. Even just a phrase said out loud. This could be a mantra, a prayer, a cute saying that's framed on the wall that feels like you and your family. It can just settle everyone before they head out for the day, ground them and put them in that right headspace, right energetic space. All right, so tip number 5 is to clear that emotional residue of change. Change is a lot. Change can be hard. So whether your home is gearing up for that busier season with kiddos back to school and all kinds of activities, or settling into that quieter feeling, when a kid leaves, those feelings can those shifts, right? And the emotions connected to that can kind of leave a little bit of a residue behind. And it's worth clearing intentionally rather than just letting it sit. So choose one room that feels the most affected by the change. Maybe you're used to the excitement in the morning of heading out to school and you realize, they're all off at college and here I am and it's so quiet. So choose that room that feels different. Open a window. Let the air flow. Let the air come in and move throughout and fill the space. Maybe you want to add some scent, some essential oils, or some sound, light a candle. Whatever shifts the energy for you. That could be burning some sage or some dried cedar or lavender. And you can even speak a simple phrase. And here's a phrase for you if you don't know what to do. I have one for you. This home holds all of us in every season. That's easy. This home holds all of us in every season. All right, friends, those are my 5 quick and easy Feng Shui tips to get your home ready for back to school season or off to college season. I'm going to run through them one more time. Number 1 was refresh the launch pad. So important. Number 2, create or refresh the focused study zone with that command position. Number 3, tend to the room they're leaving behind. Tip number 4, ease the morning rush. Now, we all know you will not regret doing this one. Tip number 5, clear the emotional residue of change. Change is a lot. Change can cause just a lot of feelings. So be kind to yourself and take the time to clear out that residue. All right, friends. Again, if you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend and pop over to Apple if you could and give me a quick review. In exchange, I'd love to give you a free 15-minute discovery call. If you want to schedule that over on my website, go schedule that and we will sit and have a chat. So thank you so much for being here. And whatever season this looks like in your home right now, I hope this episode just brought you a little more support. All right, friends, I will see you next Wednesday for our next episode. Take care. Special thanks to our sponsor, Elevated Living School of Holistic Design and Feng Shui. For more information, head over to the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this episode with a friend. We'll see you next time.